Hello. I didn't realize it was going to be this close. How's everyone doing? I am just doing this extreme close-up so I can log into Valheim before we actually get started, because I just realized that I probably don't want to see the, uh, I don't want to broadcast the server information, so, oh boy. Then again, it would help if it was showing up. Well, that's a problem. Okay. Maybe I can find it. Well, in any case, I'm going to jump into our voice channel because I'm not the only one playing tonight. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, the bird.
Wait, I'm trying to see if the game's gonna show up.
It's not showing up.
Yeah.
Did the ferret close it? Because that would be a little embarrassing.
I'm messaging him, but anyway, we can chat while we wait.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Ah, I am happy that we have been playing this.
Oh, yes, the Valheim crack.
Oh, geez, this is so much crack.
It is all the crack.
I'll at least put this here so we have something a little more interesting than just my big head.
I like your big head.
It was too big for the frame, apparently. So the reason why it looked like that, honestly, and I just realized this, is we had a power outage earlier today, and when that happened, I lost all my settings in the webcam.
Oops.
Yeah. I mean, what do you expect from a webcam that is literally over 10 years old?
Yeah, that's true.
And made by Microsoft. Oh dear. I'm wondering if it's gonna show up. Oh wait, I've got a better idea. Let me check our friends. He is not playing.
Huh.
He is offline.
Alright, hang on one second.
That's gonna be a little odd. This is this is not what I expected.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it wasn't up because he said it was.
Unless he lost power. We've been having power
Yeah.
outages lately.
Yeah, it says he'll be off comms for a little while, but still in game. So I think he doesn't realize the game's dropped.
Yeah, which means he's probably also outside and not checking his messages. So, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new character.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I'll talk and you can play around with that.
I will play with this so we at least have something interesting going on. So, Outer Wilds.
The anglerfish love you.
Oh God, you know they start. It seems like everything that I watch now, those things follow me.
Yeah.
The name, no anglerfish here. That's exactly what this world is going to be seeded. And this will be my private server. So Outer Wilds and also Valheim was a request by the wonderful ferret.
Actually, I get credit for Valheim.
Oh, you get credit for Valheim. Okay. Because yeah, this scratches so many itches.
I suggested it to the ferret, and then ferret suggested it for all of us.
Yeah, this is just so much crack. Should I go ahead and read the intro?
Yeah.
Okay. Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held their prison to the World Tree and left it to drift unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields for the greatest warriors in the world to be born again in Valheim. Whoa.
Welcome to Viking Purgatory.
And like, I absolutely love the design of the Valkyries. That's just wonderful.
They're so creepy.
So Outer Wilds.
You having some feelings?
I have so many feelings about it. Mostly, like, I was not expected to have feels for all of the other characters. Oh, right, these are all the Forsaken. Oh. I love the amount of characterization that was done for each of them, even the ones that we only barely met. Like the little kids we play hide and seek with.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those, like, okay, here is everything that you need to learn, and now go. Just, it is so overwhelming at first. There's just all kinds of, I mean, I was not expecting first of all, the physics. The physics was, it felt so intuitive and at the same time more accurate than I was expecting.
Yeah, the physics are crazy.
Like, there were a couple of times I was trying to land onto that that very small station right next to the sun, and not only could I not land there, I couldn't like, I think I was on a particular trajectory that was making me miss the sun. I didn't expect that to be a thing. And there
right,
are,
because gravity is a thing.
yeah, and so you actually have to take, some of your physics classes into account of having your momentum in more than one vectors, so you can actually get a stable orbit around a certain planet or whatnot. Let's see. Wait. I actually want to keep going south. South seems fun until it won't. Watch, I go south and I'm going to end up in the mountains. the yeah, there were so many different times that would make the wrong I would make a wrong turn just because I forgot how physics worked, and it became very quickly apparent that time is both your friend and your worst enemy.
Right, 'cause sometimes you have to wait for things to happen.
But if you miss that timing, you might as well eat yourself into the sun and start all over. I was not expecting the time loop. Like, as soon as that happened, everything, like, my perspective on everything changed. Of just, okay, we're not only doing a time loop, but we're now also remembering everything. So, we
Oh,
get...
that was the thing that made me just go, oh my god, Duck has to play this. Duck has to play this, because it's like, okay, well, it's both mist and it's time loop. It's like, it's perfect Duck brand crack.
Yep. I am such a sucker for time-based shenanigans. Oh boy.
It's Groundhog Day in space.
In space. Oh dear. So what drew you the most to Outer Wilds? Like what was something very specific about it that you liked the most?
I like that it was very, very good at showing without telling. I mean, there was some story and some dialogue and some things to, go, to quote Yahtzee, random documents and audio logs. There was still stuff you would go and find, but it was still very show, don't just tell. And I really deeply enjoyed that about it. I wish more video games would embrace that. Valheim's actually pretty good at that too. There's not a lot of, you kind of build your own story.
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of what made me go, because honestly, Myst was like that too. I mean, yes, you would sit down and you would have to read like books, literally. You would have to read like short stories. And Lord above knows, ain't nobody got any patience for that anymore. But
which reminds me, I still need to go back and re-record those for when VR comes along, because
right,
I'm playing the shit out of that.
Oh hell yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the that's kind of my thought is the I just really liked how much it
like
how much it told the story of the Nomai, and it did tell it, but there was just stuff that you learned that was just flavor that no one was like, and then this happened to the Nomai, and then this happened to the Nomai. It was like all of the dialogue that you would find was stuff that felt very natural. It wasn't like, it wasn't by wonderful contrast. I'm watching a playthrough on Loading Ready Run's stream of Resident Evil 4, and sweet mother of mercy, like there is so much like random random documents you'd find that just so ham-handedly like spew story in your face in ways that's like, normal humans don't talk like this. Like I wouldn't, if I was going to be like, hey, I've got a meeting at the theater tomorrow, I'm not going to be home in time for dinner, but what I really need to tell you is like what show we're doing and when, like, but that wouldn't figure into that conversation. And so you'll find like these documents where it's just like, why did you like spell out the entire plan in a grocery list or something stupid like that? Like, why did you spell out your sinister plan on a scrap of paper you left in a desk? Like, it's just so dumb. And Outer Wilds doesn't do that. They very meticulously kind of hide the story of the Nomai, and you kind of have to work to piece it together. And it's as much shown as told, because you find their wrecks and you learn things about them, and you just slowly piece it all together.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the like for me, a lot of it was the characterization. Like, you even started having emotions for the Nomai, that you were reading through all of this correspondence that they were having with each other. Of just, like, I felt bad when they started, like, oh, I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm coming back. And then they don't say anything after that. And,
Right.
and then every so often you would go to the place where they said they were gonna go, and there's a corpse. And
Right. I mean, the worst one for me was in the bramble, where you would find um, you found like their corpses like huddled around the little thing that they couldn't get back inside. It was just like, that is so fucking sad.
oh god. Oh. Oh.
Oh, and the other thing that I really loved is the fact that the story is kind of non-linear in a way. Like, however you decide to go explore the universe, the little solar system that you're in, the story works no matter what you discover first. And so it's always interesting to see who's drawn to what. Like, I think Ferret went to, I think, Hollow's Lantern first, or maybe one of the Ash planets.
The Ash
Maybe the twins.
Yeah, the twins.
Or what is it? Yeah, Hollow. What is it? Hollow something.
It's not Hollow Bastion.
It's not Hollow Bastion. I always want to call it that, because I know because the
Brittle
moon
Hollow.
Is Brittle Hollow. I was like,
Yeah.
I knew it was like Collapsing Hollow or something like that. But I love that, like, no matter what, because I forget, where did you go first? You went to
The first thing I did was go around. Like, I think I tried to explore the rest of either what's your starting planet name? I've completely blanked.
oh, world's reset.
Oh, okay. All right, I will. Oh.
Well, hold on before you do.
Well, too late.
Oh. I should have checked to see.
It's okay. It was Timber
Haven?
Yeah, I'm looking it up because I can do that now. Timber Hearth.
Hearth, that's it. That's close.
Yeah, I think I explored around there first, and then went to the Outer Lock. Like, started small, and then, like, okay, let's see what's interesting. And I think from there I went to Brittle Hollow, and almost immediately got sucked into the black hole.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still not showing up, so go back to your game.
Wonder. Yeah, he's still showing as offline. I wonder if he's got internet connection issues.
I'll troubleshoot. You keep talking.
Okay. I'll go back to this. So, yeah, I think the black hole was one of the first things that scared the crap out of me, because I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I didn't die. But at the same time, just because of things that I have either read in like, I don't want to say theory, but just here are things that I've read either from science fiction or stuff that I have seen. When I didn't die, I immediately realized, oh, I came out the other side in a white hole. And I love that that's like, okay, we're already using established theory at this point.
When Ferret gets on, you should ask him about. He found a really good article about how the world got put together.
It should be fun.
How they built this game and what they built first. And I remember it being something very surprising. And I want to say it's actually the first thing in the whole world that they built was the black and white hole. Like they figured out that first.
Like the hardest thing to do is going to be how do we bend space, because we're going to need to know how to do that. Which is interesting considering how you end up at the end of the game. Which, by the way, for any of you in channel that didn't realize this, we finished Outer Wilds last week, and we're going to be doing some spoilers. So here's your spoiler warning.
I believe the game is up now. I'm logging into it now.
All right, just let me know when you're in.
I am in.
Okay.
I have arrived.
Right, now I can
Carrier
actually...
has arrived.
Now I can actually log out just as one of those gray dwarf was gonna try to at me. Alright, now
Carrier...
I really am switching to this.
Carrier has arrived. Name that game.
I want
I'll
to
be
say
surprised if you know it.
Carrier has arrived.
Carrier has arrived.
It's probably Planescape Torment or one of the Zork ones?
StarCraft.
StarCraft, ah.
The Protoss carrier.
There we go. Now that we're actually logging in. So, oh, we've been playing so much this weekend. There we go. So we have 10. Supposed to have 10. Oh, and I think you still have my bronze axe.
I don't.
Oh.
I didn't have it. I think it's in one of the chests at Ferret's.
Okay. I will go look. So oh dear. We had a bit of an issue last night and died a lot, but then again, you're gonna die a lot in Valheim. And you're gonna die a lot in Outer Wilds. Oh god, did I die so many times. I should have had a death counter.
This is definitely a game that needs a death counter.
Alrighty.
Oh, of course it's nightfall as soon as I start cooking.
Figures. Well, he's away right now, so...
Yeah, he was gonna be.
It's okay. Okay, looks like he's back now. I'm out of the... Oh, he's still text only. Okay. Really? I don't have any wood. And he doesn't have any lumber either. Okay, it looks like I'm heading back to my place. Ow. This isn't good. This is a problem. I forgot to eat, too. I am so good at games. Please don't let there be a sacking. Oh, jeez, that needs a fire too.
I might have some wood at my place.
Ah, I've got it. I just had to find it is all. You know what? Screw it. I only need the one. Now there are enemies nearby. Jesus Christ. Just let me sleep. There they are. Got there.
I'm getting there.
There. Maybe now I can go to sleep.
Sleeping.
Okay. But, like, the funny thing was, even stuff that scared me the first time, it didn't stop me from being scared in future times as well. Because let's talk about the anglerfish in the room. I I don't like. What the hell? They did the perfect thing. I will give them this. They did that absolutely perfectly. Find something that will scare the shit out of anybody, and then make them eat you. Taking.
I just love that they managed to combine both the fear of the void of space and the fear of underwater.
Oh yeah. Giant's Deep. Oh man. I admit I'm really glad that that Ferret helped us out with help me out with that one, because would not have put that together otherwise. Of just
It should be noted that is now one of his favorite games, like favorite games ever.
I understand why.
It's really great.
All right, he picked up 10 for us, so I'm probably just gonna have to take some and make a new bronze axe. That's just gonna be what happens. Have you gotten enough tin?
I haven't gotten any. Would you bring me some?
Sure. Let's see, how much does he have? Oh, he put it over here. He's got a stack of 30, a stack of 22. You want to split a stack?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm carrying too much. Damn it. Okay. Remember how to do this. I think I only need to take... Yeah. Alright, so 1 bar short. It's fine. Yeah, like, even with the spacesuit on, just the whole time you're hearing yourself breathe, and, like, it was actually a little difficult to breathe.
Yeah, the whole thing is very immersive.
Like, when you're not listening to the ambient music, it's just... yeah. I'll take a tour around here. Nice hall.
Oh yeah, you're in my spot. I'm still need to stick a fucking roof on it.
Yeah, I found I had to split this.
You don't have a troll hide cape, do you?
Nope, I lost that too. I dropped 15 bars here for you.
Hang on, don't run away.
Oh, thank you. So...
It's my spare one, don't lose it.
Oh, I'll be sure not to lose it unless I die. I'll build another one and then return this one.
That'll work.
So yeah, I've always felt like for a game in which time loops until you make it not loop anymore, it still felt like I still had a sense of urgency. Of, you know, everything was costing time, fuel, or oxygen, and like it was such a great way to make everything have consequences.
But not like spectacularly frustrating consequences. It was just like, yeah, sure, you might just like slough lock this run, but it, you know, if you're in the middle of trying to do something and you don't know how to get back to where you are, it can be really frustrating.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start organizing stuff. But, oh, jeez. Like, I wasn't... You would expect anglerfish to be in the ocean. It's just a thing. Fish are in the ocean. The fact that they live in space in a planet that is filled with interdimensional portals that are shaped like spherical roots really messes with you.
Yeah, it's pretty chilling down there.
I think for me, the thing that broke me the most was when I found the eggs. Of just,
Yeah.
oh my god, they're breeding. But, oh man. That, let's see. I'm glad also I didn't go fully immersive in that. I liked that whenever, because there's a setting, right, that you can toggle if time stops whenever you're reading, and
Oh god, yeah.
that was so helpful. I just need to work on getting more.
Another thing that I really loved about it that just super impressed me is the fact that it's got a little bit of the Myst thing of the game is beatable from the beginning. It's about acquiring knowledge.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you know everything starting off, you can immediately go. It'll definitely change the ending for it. But I do like that. Like, okay, if I know exactly where everyone is, and don't have to worry about, like, solving any of the other puzzles or getting any of the other journal entries, I'll just find everyone and then get the warp core, do the thing. It's like, have 1 bar of copper? Seriously? Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, it does have the very same thing of, well, if you already know the code that you use in the fireplace, and you already know how to unlock the white page to put into the green book, then you can beat the game in 5 minutes. You can beat Myst in 5 minutes. But at the same time, I'd be really curious to see what all changes. If anything does change with other playthroughs. Like, are things located in different areas, or
No, I don't think they do. I think everything is where it goes.
everything's
It's
static? Okay.
Yeah, everything's static. It the differences are, it's really kind of one of those games that has the unfortunate hamstring of only being able to be played once.
That's fair. I do have the added, like, I always say that I have a really bad memory when it comes to things like this. This is one part where it benefits. Like, if I sat down and played it again, it probably would take me 85% of the amount of time to beat it. But give me like a year or so, and I'll be able to remember as, oh, that was a great game. It did the time thing, and
Right.
I wouldn't remember any of the other puzzles, and it would feel almost like a new game. Okay, I'm off to get more copper. Apparently, I don't have any. So if there's anyone out there in channel that that was watching and has any questions, please feel free to ask, because
We're totally willing to tell you we don't know.
yeah. Oh. And I loved, let's see. I did like that there were some people that you would eventually find of like, oh yeah, you noticed that too. Well, okay. I think you ended up finding I think there were 2 other explorers that were like, oh yeah, time is looping. And then you find out later that they have somehow synchronized with those masks. The Nomai masks.
So they know it's looping too, but they don't know how to fix it.
Right. Oh god, that's a troll.
Would you like a hand?
Let me see.
Actually, before I offer you a hand, let me, like, feed and arm myself.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing there. Oh. Well, I said I was gonna pay you back. I didn't mean this quickly. Ow. Did I seriously block that? Wow. Hey. I am out of arrow. Shit. Okay.
Alright, hold your horses, I'm coming.
I did block it. Huh. I didn't block that. And dead. At least I was close by. Well, that's Valheim, everyone. There he is. See if I can't get my stuff back. Lost by stamina buff and... Alright, let's see if I think I have some other arrows in base. Not many, but I have some. Do-do-do. Where are you? Or have you already... Oh, no, there he is. Like, have you killed him? Nope, there he is.
I'm kiting. I'm out of stamina.
Nice. You definitely get that kill.
Huzzah!
Yay. Okay. Let's try this again.
Yeah, that's pretty much a great primer on Vol.
Yum. Ferret is also...
watch out journeying too close to the shore in front of your house. There's Draugr.
Oh, yeah. Ow. Show you the ferret's handiwork while we're here. He's been doing all this with, just raising the ground.
So he actually has a stone bench now, so...
Yeah. So many portals. Oh my. He's also been brewing. So
yeah,
many
that's what
bees.
that's what I'm about to try and get going.
So many bees. Sadly, we don't have our ship, but that's okay.
Oh, how much tin did he still have?
He's still got 24. Yeah, 24 bars.
Okay, I hate to take all of it because I still need to make cook pots and they take 10 tin each.
Oh god.
This is why I was like, if I seem like I'm tin obsessed, it's because I needed it for all of my blacksmithing stuff. Like I just got my my forge upgraded, and I don't have a cooking station. Like I don't have cooking pots, and that's literally what I wanted to do with this thing. That's why I have that giant room at the back. It's supposed to be a cooking hall.
Oh.
And I was gonna do like 3 cooking pots across the thing, and this whole like really nice cooking setup so that we would always be in the black for potions and stuff, and I can't do that.
If I can't step on this deer. Got him.
Nice.
Every little bit of raw meat helps. God, there are so many Draugr on the shore. I think I'm counting 5. 4? 5? 5. Good lord. And I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually some goblins around too.
No, goblins are planes. Though we're not close enough for that. They will chase us here, but they won't come here on their own.
Well, I saw one that was close to your base the other time.
It had followed me.
Ah. Problem with building a moat is that I can't trust that I'll actually get out of it. Oh well. So, oh, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? I mean, I kind of want to save the ending for a little bit later. Was there anything in particular that you wanted me to discuss, Bird?
I mean, that's not really anything in particular. I like I said, I knew why when I first saw Ferret playing it, why I went, oh my god, Duck needs this. Although I'm headed to bed.
Okay, I'm
slept.
I am cooking a couple of things, then I will sleep.
Apparently the ferret is made of food.
The ferret is made of food?
He has lots of food, but he's also made of food because ferret for eats. As is Duck.
Duck not for eats. Okay, I am slept. Oh, it's /F. By the way, if anyone did not catch our any of the streams Outer Wilds, they will be up on YouTube. Only get to keep, I think, 2 months of recordings here, so I do eventually want to have a whole backlog of Let's Plays.
Sorry, I keep smoking myself out, so I have to.
Oh. Oh,
have to go get outside.
Ferret is back at the old area.
Yeah, he's been mining.
Something is outside attacking something else. I saw numbers. I'm just gonna stay here. I need to come up with a name for your new base.
It's the bird nest. Fort Mallard.
Oh yeah, Is we had base in the north, because it was very north from where we were. I'm very proud of our first settlement being Menageries Landing. That's just that I'm very proud of that.
Am slept.
Okay. I love that this does the Minecraft thing, whereas once everyone sleeps, then we just fast forward to morning. If I'm not careful, this is going to turn into a review of Valheim, which I'm sure no one's heard ever. That's what I think I have. There are a couple of places I wish that I could... Oh no, I'm getting
Oh,
raided!
fuck.
Fucking hell! Alright, well, I'm making fire arrows. Oh, I have enough to make 20. Great. Here we go. So I'm quickly noticing that I probably need to make some battlements, so I can kill things that fall into the not moat. Are you back at ferrets? Oh god! That... Skeletons.
No, I'm here.
I brought the party to you.
This doesn't seem like a party.
Ow! Oh, there's so many friends here. The discussion will continue once morale improves.
Once we're all no longer dying.
Let's see if I can go around. I should be able to. Nope. Fell down. Oh, I see. I see what he did. This is where we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was safe now. Figures. Guess everything's cool.
There's still some buddies out here, but yeah. Like, they're residual.
Oh, my. Nice. Oh my god, there's 4 of them in a huddle.
Where are they?
I'm looking right at them.
You want to try and get them?
Let's see. 2 of them are
They're not
melee.
really. They're not really bothering anything.
I see 2 melee, at least 1 ranged. They'll be fine. Now I can go back to cooking a little bit more, and... Man, I lost all my raspberries, too. Did you put something on my cooking station?
Nope.
Huh. Or why I had coal.
That's what happens if you leave your cooking untended.
I don't remember doing that, but okay. Okay. Yeah, things are going to be just really chill tonight. Just kind of decompressing from everything.
Right? Gestures vaguely. Yeah, I definitely when I was watching some of the playthroughs of that game, I was just like, oh my god, Duck is going to have a field day with this, and I was
Oh,
right.
yeah, I really did.
Because it also has that nice like existential place in the universe vibe that I know you really dig.
Yeah, I feel like it's both an atmospheric thing and very much a narrative thing that just when you find yourself out there, you start questioning a whole lot of everything. But also, and we're kind of delving a little bit into the end game here. It definitely brings it up after you've solved the puzzle, and then you're on a very linear track of, you know, what happens at the end of the universe. And there is no restaurant there, let me tell you.
I mean, unless you count the marshmallows, which me being a fan of endings being cyclical, I kind of cried big crocodile tears at that ending, where it's like you start and you end with the choice of whether or not you're gonna have a marshmallow.
And I did, just as we started off, of just, there's a campfire. You can roast a marshmallow? I'm gonna roast a marshmallow. This is tapped.
Right, because like the in the first episode of it, like, you know, you come across the marshmallows and it's like, will you have a marshmallow? And it's just like, yeah, that's cool, I'll have a marshmallow. But then like that being one of your final choices, it's like, oh wow.
Oh, like, yeah, whenever you find yourself at the final campground and marshmallow?
Oh fuck me.
Problem?
Gobble. FYI, there's planes north of here.
Oh yeah, I've been killed by many a mosquito. You need a hand? Or are you good?
I might want a hand.
Okay. I see you. Get away. Where is he?
Well, maybe I outran it.
That also might just mean that he's right. He'll still be there, waiting. This is Ferret's old location when we were first scouting this place.
Okay, well, I guess he left. He decided to leave me alone.
You know, I still need to go get my old dead body. It's probably still there. I know it's probably breaking some realism, but I do kind of wish that there was a clock.
I know. I get it in a certain extent because I do like that you can have to look at the sun and try and judge what time it is.
And you're not going to know if it's raining. Like, what time is it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, you know, wait until it gets colder. So yeah, apparently, like, I might as well just go ahead and start talking about the end game. I did not realize that I got the super good ending.
You did.
I mean, I wasn't really prompted to, but I'm really glad that we got there. Just because, just by way of being curious enough.
Well, you also got the like super omega bad ending too.
Yeah, I did. And I'm okay with both of those extremes.
The super omega bad ending being that he took the battery out of the time looper and then just let the world end.
Yeah, because at that point, I had no idea what to do with it. I was just like, I have a warp core. What the hell am I supposed to do with a warp core? Oh. Why is the music different? Oh, shit. Oopsie. Oh. I am very happy that, like, you know, looking back, I'm very proud of myself that I figured it out before I went ahead and solved it, if that makes any sense.
Oh, that you figured out the answer?
I figured out, like, what you're supposed to do before before I ended up, you know, doing it. Oh, jeez, went back in a circle. Now I need copper.
Copper you can get. There's a few copper nodes up there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep from stumbling onto the plains and then dying by mosquitoes again. Oh. I think Ferret was trying to help me get to the super good ending, though. Because I think he was trying to make sure that I was, you know, looking up where other people were and whatnot. And oh, God, there's another... God, they're fast.
Oh, you found another troll?
Yep.
Where are you? There you are.
Ah. Shit. Please don't break down the tree that's right above me. I like how sometimes you have a chance to stagger them.
Yeah, that's cool. And critical hits, too.
Got him. Oh, okay. And sun's getting pretty low. Time to go back home. Oh, you have friends. Yeah, I'm just gonna head back.
Okay. After trying to find the troll cave.
Oh, I could show you where that is. It's... Shoot. That. How do you ping?
No idea. Hang on, I think I see it.
I didn't realize there was one up there.
Maybe that wasn't it.
It's further southwest of you. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's pushing in the mouse wheel. You can see that it was in sort of that direction. I tried to ping it. I ended up erasing the mark, so it's probably fairly close to that. I don't want to know what I need a neck trophy for.
I don't know either. I haven't found anything that asks for him.
Just shouting across the meadows here. Oh. We, yeah, like, I just want to know, like, how how could you go about finishing the game without meeting the Nomai that was still existing? Like, to me, that's maybe it's just odd for me that you wouldn't get there, because in games such as these, I find myself incredibly inquisitive, and I wouldn't be able to help myself from trying to find, yeah, like trying to go to the North Pole on the quantum world.
I mean, I think you answered your question.
Just that, well, I was gonna find it anyway.
Well, no, that not everybody would bother with that. There's absolutely nothing hidden there that is pertinent to the quest of solving the riddle of the solar system. It's just cool flavor.
Yeah, I love how they did that without it being like, without it being actual red herring territory. Oh, we have a ferret?
Bark?
Do we have? Oh, apparently I got echoed there. Now,
I'm slept.
okay, give me a second here. I am cooking. Alright, I am about to sleep. There we go. Ferret, are you there? Okay, I can see that you're transmitting, but, like, we're not getting any sound.
No.
Oh, I heard a voice.
Hello?
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, it was slightly unplugged.
Oh.
That'll do it. That air gap will get you every time.
That's layer 1 for you, all you networking folks.
So, I was gathering food that entire time.
Huzzah!
Oh! Oh, right. I need to see if I can make more arrows, because I am apparently well, I'm almost completely out.
Yeah, I'm running pretty well. Birdie, feel free to raid my hives if you want.
Ooh, I make him do that. I still, though, it's probably not profitable for me to do it yet because I still haven't made. I need 30 tin, 30 to make cook pots.
Okay, I have 2610 in here right now. And, yep, that's all I got, looks like.
And this is going to seem like a weird request, but if anybody's got any resin, I actually could really use it.
I've got so much resin.
I'm about to make a shitload of arrows.
Here's resin.
Oh, you need resin too?
No, I'm
okay.
actually out of resin, strangely enough. I don't know where it is.
Huh.
You know what? I probably used it for making those boats.
That's probably it. Do y'all each want a stack?
Sure.
Because I guarantee you, I will find more. Bird. Bird, come here. Stack for you. So, hi Ferret, we've been talking about Outer Wilds.
I love that game.
So I will start off by asking you the same first question I asked Bird. Was there one particular part of it that stood out above all the others that are just like, oh my god, this is the best ever?
Oh, God, that's hard. So to me, uh, really kind of the moment that that game kind of just lifts off for me is whenever you get to Brittle Hollow for the first time. Uh,
Ah, okay.
See, to me, that was the first place that I went, and just kind of doing the gradual exploration, and then kind of you're on the overworld, and there's a bunch of stuff happening, and then going down and seeing the black hole for the first time. That really stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously a lot of moments in the game that are absolutely amazing, as far as exploration, but just seeing how crazy that was, going through the black hole for the first time, I did it pretty quickly. I fell, because you know me, I play very riskily.
Yeah.
Not always I don't really pitter patter. So I was trying to do a hard jump, trying to get to Rebik, I think, or something like that, and I fell down and just falling, thinking like, oh crap, shit, I'm gonna die, and then getting spit out on the other end, and everything's just kind of around you. Uh, it was wild, and just like my oxygen's running out. I'm like my fuel's run out. I'm using my oxygen and the gas of space, and I'm just trying to find something right before I die. Discover something on this side over here. It's crazy. What a wild game. There's nothing really like it.
Oh man.
You had told me that you'd ran across an article that talked about how they ended up putting that game together.
Yeah. Well, the first thing, it was a kind of a simulation. The first thing they did was the Brittle Hollow. That's what the game centered around. Was okay. So I have this planet, and it's gradually falling apart. That's where they started. They simulated that out, and then they built a world around it, and they built the entire system to kind of be on this Majora's Mask loop. Uh, and yeah, that was their starting spot.
That's beautiful.
Funny because the Brittle Hollow, the actual story of the game, completely, it doesn't have one of the three major pieces. It's the only one that doesn't.
Really?
The Giant Steep has.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Mosquito! Urgh. Sorry. Please continue. I'm fleeing for my life right now.
Anyways,
Where are
Giant
you?
Steep has the coordinates.
I died. Damn
Oh,
mosquitoes. That's twice today. Sorry. Please go ahead. So, the making of Brittle Hollow. Sorry.
But yeah, that was the first thing they did.
And I find it interesting that you said they started off by making the planet. For me, my brain immediately went to, oh, did they already imagine that they were going to get that they were going to put a black hole there?
Yes, they did.
Okay, see, to me that makes sense.
That was part of the central thing they were doing.
To me, that makes sense that would be the first thing, because, okay, we have to learn how to fold space. Because if we're going to have a black hole, and then something that I brought up earlier was that I love that even in, like referencing other things in science fiction or science theory of, okay, we've got a black hole, what's it going to do? Oh my god, it's going to kill me. No, wait, I popped out somewhere else. Oh, it's a white hole. Okay. And like I didn't even see it and already knew that's what happened. And I love that kind of attention to detail. Funny enough, I first learned about that from watching Red Dwarf. What was it that I was going to ask? And now I'm gonna sit here with a blank. Was that the only thing that we needed to ask Bert, or was there something else?
Brr.
Eh. I am completely blanking. So, you were saying your play style is very 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 risk taking.
Yeah.
Non-risk averse.
um, and I found myself being a little more timid, I think, but at the same time, like, it didn't really matter what your playstyle was. You could play it however you chose, and you were still going to find something of interest.
It's definitely a choose your own pace sort of game.
Well, and even choose your own starting point. Like it's very because I was trying to remember. I said I thought that you had gone to Brittle Hollow. That was what I had remembered, but that
I also mucked around on Timber Hearth for a good bit too.
right, and Charlie like just went. Didn't you just go like balls first for the Ash Twin or something crazy like that?
Oh, no. Wait. Me?
Yeah, where did you go first?
No, the first thing I did was I orbited around Timber Hearth and then went to Adelrock. And then I think then after that I did go to Brittle Hollow. I don't think I made it to the Ash Twins for a bit.
No, he did not get there for a while.
I remember a number of people were telling me I should immediately go to the Dark Bramble.
There
Well,
were
that's
some
true.
people expecting you.
One should always go to the Dark Bramble.
And you have to keep going. And oh my god. You cannot get to the ship unless you go past the damn anglerfish.
Yeah, and it's always the worst one too. The 3.
Ugh. It's fine. I'm in total agreement with the oh god. I just remembered something that I did want to bring up. The thing in the museum at the end, how it's both the same and yet different from the beginning.
Quantum.
But I resonated so much with that saying of, of all the creatures in the universe we're going to miss, the anglerfish we will miss the least.
Yeah, those guys are. Oh man, they're awful.
Friendly.
No, they are.
They are.
Wanting to hug you with all of their teeth is not friendly. I do not consent. Except for that one time when I did, because I totally screwed up, and I'm like, I need to just end this loop now, and... Ugh.
Ran straight into it, that's right.
Yep. I think what got me a little tear-jerky was... first, finding myself back in the museum and everything's dark, and I'm like, I try to go outside and there's nobody there, and oh shit, we are at the end of the universe and Milliways does not exist here.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but the thing that really got me, because it's one of my favorite tropes in storytelling, is the ending that cycles back to the beginning. That is just a fast track way to pull on my heartstrings, and I love that, like, you begin and end with the choice of whether or not you're gonna have a marshmallow.
Oh yeah, that final. Well, I love that they give the. Oh, 1 second, I gotta stop talking.
Uh-oh.
I'm in this one.
Oh shit.
Give the Nomai instrument, and it plays the theme along with you. But it's like the theme of the Outer Wild Ventures. That I just love that.
Oh yeah.
Like you meet that person, and they become part of the story.
And to me, now we can start talking a little existential. That made me wonder, was that theme, did that theme originate from the Nomai and just got handed off to us?
I don't know. Probably not. Would be my guess, but probably. I think all of that stuff is just in your head. I don't think those people are actually there. I think the Eye of the World is creating familiar things for you.
Right, it talks to you in things that you have known before.
Ah, okay. So you have a way of understanding what's happening, even though no one could actually fully comprehend it.
So yeah, Rebek isn't there. The Eye's projection of Rebek is there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the whole, like, also to just completely be a nerd, something that just really got me about it was the, being a Tolkien fan. One of the major things in kind of the old lore of that, that whole series, which is pretty seminal to an entire genre of fiction. One of the things that is a big point in that is that the world is made of music, because I've always just kind of loved that from a sentimentality point of view.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you make the new universe out of the songs that and the music you make with your people and your friends, I was just like, okay, that just makes me feel squishy inside. How dare you make me feel my own feelings?
Not to mention the whole bad good ending, because like I like that if you and the interpretation of all of your friends are there to make music, if you don't find the Nomai, then when the new universe is created, there's nobody else there. You have to have the Nomai there to put that final seed in so new creatures exist.
Oh yeah, because if you don't have him, then the little bug people don't show up.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I had noticed it and looked it up. Because I was like, that's weird. I don't remember anything about any bug people in the playthrough that I watched. Because I watched
That's because we watched the speed run.
Yeah, that's right. We watched the speed run.
Oh yeah, because like I made the remark of, oh, there's cute little bug people, and like I think Bird, I think you said, oh god, I hadn't noticed them before.
Yeah, so there's bugs.
Not a bug, it's a feature.
Ah, should have seen that one coming. But at the same time, that makes sense because, like, I guess you would need every part of that universe to exist in order for the new one to be completely remade. Otherwise, the cycle is broken, I guess. Because again, things are cyclical, and this is going to eventually the bug people are gonna do this all over again.
Which I actually that made me really hope for a sequel that's not necessarily like it doesn't need to have anything to do with the little frog people or the Nomai or anything like that, but this idea of the universe gets reborn every so often. And, the next one is the bug people and how they rebirth the universe.
Yeah. I don't think I personally really need a sequel for this one.
Oh, I don't like need it. But I think I could appreciate a sequel.
Oh yeah, possibly. Just a heads up, this swamp in the southwest that you were talking about, Bird,
Uh-huh.
is teeny tiny.
Oh,
It's not gonna be big enough for us.
Boo. Are there any crypts or anything in it?
I did not see any.
We might just need to strip mine it for wood. I need to go do some more, what do you call them? Crypts with the yellow mushrooms in them. I'm starting to run out.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, I lost mine last time.
Oh, did you get a new axe yet?
No, I'm about to make it. I forgot that I had some copper that was waiting to get smelted, so let's see. I need might have enough.
Fun
No.
fact, I have frost resistance mead,
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
which probably means can go into the mountains.
I do not have enough bronze. I need 3 bars.
I have exactly that if you would like to come and get it from me.
That would be wonderful because I'm not about to go die by the mosquitoes again. I found 1 copper vein and then immediately got et.
Found a wolf.
Thank
Ooh,
you,
a
dear.
wolf.
Ooh. Oh, you gave me the bronze. That's okay though.
That's what I thought you said you needed.
No, I was needing copper, but that's fine.
Oh, I probably have that too.
No, it's okay. That'll just make life a little bit easier. That. Oh.
I'm able to slap.
Alright, I am still running out. Oh, I also looked up north. There was only 1 crypt up there.
Oh, past your outpost up there?
Yeah, so we are gonna have to go somewhere else.
I found 2 other dungeons not far from here, but I don't know if they're like I don't know if that's something that's what we're really looking for.
The big thing, so dungeons are good because we need mushrooms and cores so that we can go crazy with portals. However, it does not get us hard progression.
Ah, okay.
I will say having nicer food is definitely gonna be something important, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My base is pretty well set up for cooking right now, and I know Birdie's got on the way too.
Yeah, I've got 3 cooking stations, 2 cook pots, and a fermentation barrel.
I was able to just get a bunch of blood bags, so hopefully that'll lead into something good.
Oh yeah, I need to find out what that makes. Oh, you're who those assholes were chasing. Just from my point of view, I just saw like a conga line of Draugr just I was like, what the fuck are they chasing?
Finally, my bronze axe.
Great. All right, getting close to slip.
Okay,
M slep.
I will go slap. There was something else that we found that we found by accident. At the very end, if you end up shooting your probe into the final sphere creation thing, that's why it shows up in the new universe.
Yeah, I did not have that, so I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so what can I make with a wolf pelt?
Ooh. I'm coming to raid your honey.
Okay, that's fine.
That's not a euphemism for something.
I am flush with honey. And I now have some poison resistance mead.
Whoa.
Probably be useful.
Yeah, I think that was part of what was getting us the last time.
That's what got me a lot, especially being in melee. I also have 34 mushrooms, which means 34 carrot soups.
Oh, pissing blimey.
I'm on him. Oh, ow. He sucks.
What?
Just another
I was getting
Draugr.
hit by a Draugr. Ooh, a Draugr trophy.
Oh, nice. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to place a waypoint on my map for where this portal goes. So, if there's anyone out there in chat that wants to ask any kind of questions at all about the playthrough, of Outer Wilds, please feel free, because there are feels.
It made us feel our feelings. I am really glad that you enjoyed it.
Oh, I admit uh, I was a little intimidated by it, and then once I got in, and I think like once I did the first time loop, that was just the hook. That was the biggest hook.
Yeah, I knew as soon as you would see the time loop, I was like, that'll be it. Because that's your crack.
That is so my jam. I mean, you could tell just how much time and thought and care that they put into making this as believable as possible. It didn't feel like it was pandery or anything like that. It's just, hey, we came up with this idea, and oh no, things went bad, but
Okay, I want to pause and point out that I think this game has one of my this game being Valheim. I think it has one of my favorite touches I've seen so far, which is the fact that one of the ingredients for the poison resistance potion is charcoal.
oh, that's good.
A cool observation.
Uh,
Oh, right. This is where I got the copper before. I just had to leg it back, that's all. I can do that. Oh. I didn't realize this was there was a dungeon here. That was it was very well hidden behind the trees there.
I was up by the fort by the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've cleared that one out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was about 6 or 7 loops before I finally found out that was there.
And there's the copper deposit.
By the way, I'm running back to my old base to get some stuff, including take apart my beehive and bring it here.
Do you like my my beehive setup?
Oh, those are great.
I believe it's pretty cool.
Oh, honey.
It's spreading. Malefa, where are you?
Look, hives.
God, could y'all just let me mine with a little bit of peace? There we go.
Oh, fuck no.
All right.
But,
what do we got?
By the way, Ferret, I want to thank you for helping me out with Outer Wilds, because there are some things I would not have been able to put together.
All good, brother man.
Because, like, especially the whole, climbing inside the jellyfish to get.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely genius. I would not have been able to do that. I like it would not have occurred to me. Not for another, I would say, another 10 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, there are a few things where I kind of poked you a little bit. Hopefully, I didn't spoil you on anything.
Oh no, it was
I think it
great.
was trying to do the. You're gonna be real frustrated if you don't go back there and.
Yeah. Harry. There are a couple of things that I do kind of want to go back and explore just for my own sake. Like I never did get through the quantum caves. On one of the twins. Like I tried really.
You never got to the Sunless City.
Yeah, I never did get there.
Yeah. That place is pretty cool. Or the higher energy lab.
No, I didn't get there. No.
Seems like you didn't really want to go, because you never really got the breadcrumbs to get there either.
Yeah, I felt like I was missing something, and I just didn't find the right thread.
Because I definitely wanted you to go down there, because the high energy lab has some real fun stuff. Including the "you have broken the fabric of space-time" ending.
Oh, there's another ending.
There are a few game over sort of endings.
Yeah.
That one is definitely my favorite.
To me, that sounds like the super bad ending of just, oops, you have now destroyed all of creation.
That's super bad, or what happens, you know?
You won't be around to be too terribly bothered by it.
Right.
And don't feel too bad. No one will be around to yell at you, ever.
I got a link of Iron Chain.
Kinky. My safe word is Slepnir.
I'm trying to leg it back, so it might be a minute before I can sleep.
I'm in a dungeon. So, same.
Yeah. I didn't even take the break at the halfway point because oh boy. Found the mammoths.
Linux. Or Lummox or something like
Lummox, yeah. They look super big, and there's 4 of them and 1 of me. Not going there. New dungeon. At the point where I'm probably the closest I ever want to be to the plains right now. This whole time I'm trying to get back, and I keep finding more dungeons. I take it y'all are still on the lookout for, like, blueberries and...
that.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have a blueberry loop now.
Oh, good. Our old bases are actually not a half bad raspberry loop.
Ah,
But yes, there's a jam you can make that's a pretty good, just like base. Like, this is just a food.
Yeah. Basically takes 2 of the berries each per serving.
ah. This little run that I have going from, I call it the base in the north, to our current locations. The bunch of blueberries and mushrooms I'm finding on the way.
Mushrooms are huge. Those are the ones I'm having the hardest time finding.
I found a bunch back at our old bases because we're not back there very much.
Right.
So they've spawned. I also, at my base, had 2 circling cores.
Ooh.
Ah,
That is 1 portal.
They are in the bottom left hand of my rocks filing.
Sweet.
also just wanted to take a minute to say hi to everyone out there who's just chilling with us right now. We kind of went over all the big points from the Outer Wilds playthrough, so now we're just kind of chilling and playing. So You want to
Like-
ask if you want to ask us anything about our other experiences with that, please feel free, because
We're thinky and have thoughts,
yeah.
and
I'm not.
occasionally. You are. You are too.
Notably lack of think.
Now. I really need to manage.
You are too occasionally thinky with thoughts. You don't enjoy having thinky thoughts very much.
I mean, that's fair. I sometimes wish that my brain could shut up, you know? If only you could have some kind of scoop that could just, like, scoop up all the bad thoughts and throw them out, and you only have the good thoughts in.
It's like, I'll sort through these later, I promise. By the way, I can slep whenever anybody wants to slep.
I'm coming out of a dungeon, so
I finally made it to our bases.
swamp dungeon, not close to base. Got a full thing of iron though.
Oh, nice.
Speed.
Unfortunately, I'm on the other side. So I'll have to figure out how I'm getting this transported.
Oh.
I'm thinking that I've done the run this way a few times, so that means I must be able to do it the other way, right?
Sure, dear.
That's totally how that logic works.
I should have marked where the base is.
So I somehow managed to get the smelter to have 11 out of 10 copper.
Ooh,
It'll do that sometimes.
lag or something.
I think, like, it's in the process of doing one that can't be interrupted, and therefore it both does and doesn't have a slot for another one.
There's a quantum copper bar.
Copper, I like it. Alright, I can get to base now.
All right.
Alright, I'm heading towards my old base house, but I have a bed there.
I will just go ahead and slep.
A bird bed.
It's circular, has a lot of feathers.
Slept.
By the way, if anyone out there needs to take a break, please feel free. Go stretch, get some water, take your meds.
Take your meds.
So I need to show you guys my map.
Oh yeah.
I have been cartographing a little bit more.
That's something I really want to do. Like, what I really want to do, I want to get to your old fort, cross the river, and then just explore to the south here.
Hey, I put it in Discord. Check that out.
Holy.
It's the map markers.
Oh my god. That's...
I marked exactly where things spawn for certain types of loops.
Oh, you found bears.
Berries.
Oh, berries. Oh, okay. I thought that was just...
That was I needed a shorthand because I was running from things.
Alright.
Holy berries.
I'm slept.
Holy
Sorry.
berries was a lot of berries.
Oh,
There's
that's
also how excited I was for the mushroom spawns is how many O's there are.
yeah. Shroom.
Sometimes it's shrooms. Sometimes it's shrooms. Lots of shrooms. Oh, I thought we already slept. Sorry. There we go.
There we go.
I got the rested buff and then stopped paying attention. Yeah, so what I need is some bronze.
So, who wants all 20 of my blueberries and 11 mushrooms?
I will happily take those mushrooms.
Bird, do you want my blueberries then?
Sure.
I will be more than happy to trade for...
I will give you food.
Yeah.
Actually, alternatively, why don't you come over and pick these carrots and put them in a chest and make yourself your own food?
I can do that. Ooh, you have turnips.
Yeah, you moocher. No, I'm just kidding.
Aww.
See, you can turn those 11 mushrooms into 11 carrot soups. So I would come back tomorrow. You can put them in a chest for now. But these carrots, it's 3 carrots to... 3 carrots to a mushroom.
Okay.
And just put them the chest down here. This is my food area.
Oh, okay. Ah. Oh. Oop, not that way. Go see how my coppers do. Bird, you said you wanted the blueberries?
Sure.
Do I make the obligatory fog joke? I should make the obligatory fog joke. I didn't realize Silent Hill was here.
Silent Hill is everywhere.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's almost all the copper. Oops, don't have enough for that. Where did my hammer go? One of those things I purposefully like, oh, I should not have this here. And then forgot to re-equip it. I'm smart.
It's a decorative duck. Not for utility.
Life tough being duck.
Oh yes, very sad.
So bird, I don't know if you've noticed this, but the stamina mead, it is like a potion, not a food.
Yes,
Which that's
because
pretty
I've made health drinks.
Alright, let's see what I can build now. Let me guess. I need to build the ads in order to unlock stonecraft.
So for stonecraft, you need iron.
Oh, okay. All right.
So an iron bar will do it for you. If you really want it, number one, I'll be coming soon. Actually, if you really want it, I need a boat. So if I have some bronze nails, I can set a boat off from this side to that side over there.
Oh, I've
With
got some bronze nails for you.
I need 80.
I can give you 40. Let's see what's after I need more. Always need more wood.
If you get me 80 bronze nails, I will trade you a stack of iron.
Let me see what I have left. I still have some improvements that I need to build. Like I'm missing an anvil and I'm missing an adze. But I'm not entirely sure what does the adze give you other than
The ads? Oh,
Yeah.
it's improves your workbench level.
yeah, we kind of need that. So since I'm in the last hour of the stream, to figure out what's the next playthrough. I thought about because it's been about a year since I've played it. I was thinking about Return of the Obra Dinn. That won't take too long. Probably 2.5 to 3 streams ought to do it. Bird, you had a wonderful suggestion
I'm sure I did. What was it?
of what I should stream next.
I don't remember what I said.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my... I feel like that would be something you would really enjoy.
Have you not played it?
Oh, I have. It's just been
Okay.
it's been a while.
You played it through for me, like when
Way back in the day.
It was back when we were at the reserve. I knew it was like your favorite video game ever, and I had never even heard of it, which kind of surprised me because like all of my friends in high school played all the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, well, it seems like a lot like one of those. I can't believe I've never seen this before. So anyway, you played through it for me. It also kind of sparks off my something that I deeply enjoy, which is I mean, Outer Wilds did this. Myst kind of does it. Breath of the Wild does it, where it's just like, yeah, you can go knock on the boss's door whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you really, really want to, you can go to the end of the world and pick go ahead and poke Lavos. It's gonna end badly for you, but you can do it. We're not gonna stop you.
I like that being kind of baked into a game.
So I need fine wood. That's pine? Is that right?
Yeah.
No, not
Pine
pine.
and oak.
No, it's birch.
Oh, it's birch. Okay.
Pine wood is birch. It might be oak.
Wood.
Too.
Gotcha. It is oak though. I do know that.
Yeah, we have beech is the regular wood, and then you have birch and fir and pine and oak.
Fir, I think, is regular wood too.
Ah.
Yes, that's correct.
But then
This
pine is
the
core wood.
Trees inside of the Black Forest.
Yeah, I gotta find the right color trees.
How dare you?
I walked into that one. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, streaming Chrono Trigger, we're gonna be in it for the long haul.
But see, I think that's good because you don't really have anything coming up
Not for
until
Tuesday
Mass
nights.
Effect. Not for Tuesday nights.
Which Mass Effect, I'm probably going to keep that as a Saturday night thing. I mean, I know that there will be some who will, like, it'll come out and they will spend the entire weekend just tearing through it, and that's never really been my style.
No, you're gonna want to take your time and savor this.
Yeah.
Don't talk about me while I'm here.
That was a self-report.
We're not judging you.
No. I mean, like, if that is how anyone wants to enjoy their game, go for it. All the power to you. I don't have the mental capacity to do it. Also, especially with Mass Effect, I don't have the emotional bandwidth for it. Because I'm pretty sure, like, half the time in Mass Effect 1, I'm just going to be standing there going, God, it's so much prettier than I thought it would be.
Oh, are these the remakes?
Yes, the Legendary Edition is all of
God.
the updating.
I'm gonna be all over that.
Okay, I can't seem to find any birch. Where the birch are you?
Birch is only in meadows. You're not gonna find wood in the Black Forest.
And you're probably not going to find much around our thing. You'd need to come back to our old bases. There's tons.
Yeah. Go to the poultry aisle.
Eek.
Eek. Yeah, I've still got time.
Have you made this tasty meat yet, Bird?
I have not.
All right, I'm gonna try 2 of those.
That's not to be confused with tasty wheat, right?
Turn on the meat seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
For the that you're putting in.
And
Especially
the
now that
time
I've
it takes.
the gaggle of honey farm.
I've got another one. I got 2 more for you, actually. I've got my old one, and then I found a honey, queen bee.
You can set those up over there.
Okay.
Unless you want to. I'm fine with whatever. Sausages seem really good too. Have you got those yet, Bird?
I don't think you transmitted, Bird.
I don't have the stuff. I have the stuff to do it, but I haven't tried making it yet.
Very good. Very efficient, very easy to make. Lots of health. I'm getting up to 120 on my base food loadout now.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That'll be really handy for when we go up against, the goblins.
Well, that and better armor.
Yeah.
All right, options. I think I gotta get these bronze nails. It's gotta be it.
Oh, okay.
No, I was talking to myself. I can figure it out myself. I'll figure it out.
I still have 40 back at my base.
Poultry aisle?
No, at our new location. What are we calling our new location?
I don't know. I haven't had to name it yet.
Carrot soup.
And call it tenders.
Enders? Ow.
Poor birds. So beautiful.
Ferret Meadows.
Yeah, Bird, now that I think about it, I think the reason why I really wanted you to experience Chrono Trigger was because one, time travel. Two, Uematsu did the music, and I knew you liked Final Fantasy music. And of course, the character designer was Akira Toriyama.
Mahogany.
Like it's close.
Yeah, there were a lot of moments in that playthrough where I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Like, would you like a duck primer? Here is a duck primer.
Pretty much.
Also, I am Slep.
I am headed towards Slap.
I have nails.
Woo!
So I think that oh,
Slap.
that forward base in the swamp is going to be more helpful than we expected.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure.
Because I can get pretty easily a boat up to the fort by the sea, which is where I already have a crafting station.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, that is high enough level to make iron, which is not easy. Because you gotta have some bronze and iron and copper, and it's a lot of bars.
Really? I have 10 copper bars here? What the hell am I gonna do with them now? Hi, the bird.
Bark, bark.
Darn.
Is there any chance I could get a hand?
Sure. Let me
Yeah,
go
bird.
empty. I gotta empty my pack. I have many things.
I'm going to preface that we are going to Swamp Base. And then quickly
Sure.
onto the water and out of the swamp.
Sure, fine.
We'll give you poison and my good food.
Well, I haven't died in about an hour, so I think it's time. Give me a minute. I'll get back there.
I've got good food.
Just so you have a little laugh there, viewers. This is something that Bird likes to do to our bases every now and then. This has been changed. Today's special, duck soup with ferret croutons.
It's the menu.
Hey,
It's
that's
the
not
menu.
menu.
Ferret and duck for eats.
Not for eats.
Eats.
Oh, hey, it's
All right, let me. I have no inventory, so let me go back and empty my inventory.
all right. We're gonna be at Voyager.
All right.
All right.
I'm headed towards towards.
What good food do you have, Bird?
I just have I have healing potions, which are not food, and I have jam and cooked meat.
Okay. Get a load of these. And then jam for him. And carrots. Alright, up to the Voyager. And I'm gonna leave stuff. If you want to go ahead and go to the portal, I'll drop the food for Duck.
Wait, where am I going? Is it the one upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh my. Sausages. Let's see.
There's some poison potions down there too. Alright, let's go ahead and head over there.
Just very quickly repairing what I have. There we go.
All right, I set my spawn point.
I don't think we will need it. You ed up?
I am ed up.
Potion is on a 10-minute timer, so go ahead and drink it. And really easy to make.
Let's see. So we should just. Okay.
Come
So
there.
poison. Well,
So what are we doing besides not dying?
We're gonna go over here and build a boat.
oh, sorry.
Rude. And I need somebody to carry some iron.
I can do that. Go.
Got it?
Yep. What, 19?
F2. And somebody else?
Me.
There's a
Got
bit.
it.
There's a bit right here.
It's right here. Did you get it?
Got it.
Right, so we should have 49. Is that correct?
I have 30.
I have 19.
Beautiful. Let's go dead south so we don't hit planes.
Oh, come on.
Alright, Birdie, you go north and me and Duck are gonna go dead south.
Oh. I don't want to be skeeter food.
Alright, this should do fine. Be ready to have your bow out when we get on the boat, Bird.
Okay. I currently have my bow.
And you have my axe. Somebody had to say it.
Alright, get rid of that leech.
Ah, here we go. Oh, there's a blob.
Recovering stamina.
Blob's super not scary with the mead. Get on the boat.
On the boat. that line. God, they're fast in the water, aren't they? Okay. Cool. We survived.
Now, where are we going?
Fort by the sea. And staying far out, because planes.
That's fair.
Please don't hit the boat. You can take damage and we will die.
I think I got him.
We were being chased by Draugr, sorry.
The
I didn't
Draugr
realize
can't-
you couldn't shoot through the,
Draugr can't get us up here.
I didn't want to do the thing. You know what I mean?
Tempting fate.
Tempt fate.
Alright, wind is being mean to us. So we're going to be going slow for a second.
That's fine.
But that's better than trying to go fast and near the planes.
That just allows us to admire the scenery. Hope no one out there is seasick. Oh wait, is all that the planes over there to port
Yep.
side?
Show is.
Oh. We'll get there.
Drop you off if you want.
No,
Why not?
I'm slow. Birdie and I were talking, I want to say it was yesterday, or like, if there's one thing that I would want to be added into this, is an actual cartographer's station, where anytime someone has done any kind of updates with any kind of map, they can just add it to that, and someone else can come along and say, oh, I can copy what you've put down.
Yeah, a shared cartography station could be really cool because that'd be because I on the one hand I do like that it's like, oh well, you don't just like automatically share your map pins because we're
Right.
keeping some veneer of realism, just like there's not a clock and there's not a a lot of these things. But I do wish there was a way to share them somehow. I would really like an ammo counter
Oh, yeah.
because I lose track of my ammo with it being buried in my inventory. You know, I just don't think to check it.
All right.
Oh,
and
there-
we're about home free.
They're the friends that I found earlier. They're very big friends.
Desquito.
I can't.
Alright.
s-
It's
I
like
can't-
something killed it. I don't know what that was, but thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, really.
Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find it
Yeah,
fast
I
enough.
I saw the fine mist of blood.
That is just fine. I was actually going towards towards ground because with where we are right now, it would be really easy to get our bodies back.
That's fair.
So it looks like it's a pretty long ways before the next biome from right here. At least on this side. Looks pretty out there over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I see some land. To the northeast. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh god, that's giving me Skyrim feels. I just want to climb to the top of that. Aw. It was a good little ship.
Okay, Feanor. Jesus.
Look at this back. I've learned my lesson. I ain't leaving boats out anywhere. Alright, there's the smelter chest.
There we go.
So, the finder's fee is 20 for each of y'all, which is 1 item. Once it gets smelted. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Sounds good.
That's for the thanks of being my bodyguard.
And we all made it.
I had a better plan this time.
You did.
More experience.
I'm gonna go cut some trees down so we'll have charcoal.
I can lend myself to that.
Charcoal would be good. The nice thing is that we can take charcoal through as well. If we want to get multiple forges going.
Ooh. This is
Oh,
very
that was
laggy.
almost very bad.
Having a little bit of an issue with picking things up right now. There it goes.
Yeah, it got a little laggy there first.
I blame me. It's like not only are we connected to you playing, all playing together, I'm still streaming.
Oh, yeah.
That's close enough.
I call this box boat in a box. Find supplies for 1 boat here. Yeah, there's all the iron recipes. There's a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, holy balls. Sweet. Charlie, were you tending the fort?
Yeah, I can do that.
There's a stack of 50 wood in the chest with all the other metal. That's for the charcoaler.
Probably not entirely interesting for stream, but I mean, it's still good work.
It's honest work.
What was what's his name? The blacksmith in Diablo,
Hedrig!
Hedrig. It's good to work again.
And it's freaky zombie wipe.
So, do you end up getting, like, do you get 2 iron bars from 1 iron ore?
No.
Oh, okay. It must have just been a trick of the server lag or something. Oh, is it bedtime? Yep, it's bedtime.
Oh, I'm a little bit far away from base. Actually, one second. Do I have enough to... I might just make a tiny little bed.
I'm a minute out too, because I went searching for berries.
Alright, I'm gonna put...
But I'm coming back.
Don't want that. This. We'll grab 1 thing of wood, get this fire going. Oh. There, make sure that's full before going to bed. Okay.
I'm wet. I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm wet.
Pet bird.
I'm slept.
And slept.
Not slept. Ah, crap! I don't have any stone.
No.
Oh, right, our boss outpost.
Oh yeah. I forgot you still had that there.
Well, this is fortunate. Oh, that's right in the right spot. I was literally building it, and I was like, man, this is too hard. I'm just gonna walk back, and then I turned behind myself, and there it was. With a chest full of wood. Hello.
Oh, nice.
That's interesting. I should set up a portal out here.
Here we go.
Did you say you needed more wood?
Oh no, I was. It was more of me saying, "Oh, we need to put more wood in the kiln."
If we do need more wood, the outpost has a full chest worth.
Oh wow.
Do you want to try that back?
We've still got one full stack of wood.
I'll just let you know.
When I get done with the iron, do you want me to go ahead and do the tin as well? Because you got quite a bit in here.
Yes.
Sure.
But say yes, please.
This makes me feel useful.
Arc is very useful. Let's go for curry.
I was. I am not for
Oh,
eats.
pissing blimey.
There's gem coming out of the walls.
Nope, there's a troll coming out of the walls.
Do you require assistance?
I would not mind a hand.
Right? Those are still going, so I feed them again when I get back.
It's one of the ones with the big stick.
Oh, good. Don't need. All right. Oh shit! He is close. There he is. Hey, buddy. How about this? How about we just lead him back here? God. Let's get inside and shoot at him from the top. Sound good? Oh, you're running away? There he goes. Did you want the rest? I accidentally picked up a few.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
that case, I'm going back to babysit the Tamagotchi.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Let's see, there were a few other games that I was considering doing playthroughs. It's been a little over a year since I did Observation. But I never got to actually... I think that was before I hit... I think that was like before I could save more than 2 weeks worth, and I lost some.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game. It's in a very similar vein to Outer Wild.
Much darker, though.
I would say very dark and not a. To me, it's creepier.
It's definitely creepier. But I want to see if I can get all of the entries on that. I only got, like, I think 85% of it, and therefore there were some things that I did, like, I don't think I got a super good ending or something like that. Those of you who haven't noticed, I kind of like to go for the super good ending.
Well, usually that's the ending with all the information, and especially on a game like Observation, where it's a puzzle game. So even the story is kind of working out a mystery.
Yeah.
Not getting all the info's gonna have you coming up short.
I think there was someone that you could have saved or something like that.
Oh. The merchant sells a headlamp.
Oh, nice.
Will it be useful? Okay, so now that I've confirmed that that plan works, I'm gonna go get some more iron.
Nice. We've already got one full stack in the chest. Working on the rest of it. Probably gonna alternate with some tin.
do we have left?
To be smelted 8. It's currently being processed now. I'm gonna start throwing some tin in.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm busy fighting.
Y'all both talked at the same time.
She's fighting. I said okay.
Okay. Well, it is about time for me to stream. I hope those of you who are out there enjoyed our little impromptu chill conversation. Probably still gonna be playing a little bit more after this, but for now, I'm gonna pretty much call it an evening. I'll be back Saturday evening for some more Halo 4. We're getting... I'd say we still have quite a bit of ways to go with that one. I'll need to find something else to play because I was expecting Mass Effect to be out by then, by the time we got finished with that, but we still have a few more months, so we will see what happens. But until then, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time.
Good night.